Tired of staring at 20 plus Google Ads columns and still having no clue what's working? In this final episode of our Smarter Google Ads 2025 series, we're cutting through the noise. We'll show you the best Google Ads columns for e-commerce reporting, organized by daily, weekly, and monthly workflows, so you can stop guessing and start scaling. So let's dive in. So why columns matter more than you think? Columns are not just a number on a screen. They shape how you interpret performance. They influence the decisions that you make, the campaigns you kill, and the ones that you scale. But here's the problem. Most default Google Ad setups are built for lead generation or generic traffic goals, not e-commerce. So today, we'll show you the custom column setup we use at Profit Pandas for our e-commerce clients, doing anywhere from $250,000 to $10 million a year. And we're going to break it down to check what to do daily, weekly, and monthly, because your decision-making needs to match your reporting rhythm. So this is the daily columns. These are the columns you check every single day. And the goal here is early detection. Are things on track or are they going off the rails? Add these columns to your campaign view, 1 being cost, 2 being conversions, 3 being cost per conversion, 4 being conversion value, 5 being conversion value per over cost. Number 6 is click-through rate, 7 is search impression share, 8 is status, and these things will tell you, are we getting conversions today? Are they coming in at a profitable cost? And are we pacing spend as expected? Another thing that we want to look at is anything broken or limited, because Google Ads will show you that. So a quick tip, if the conversions look lower than expected, check for delays. Use conversion by conversion time to get your more accurate read on recent performance. So now, what do you do with this data? Again, your goal here is not necessarily to optimize, but to catch the red flags. The example that I'm going to go over first is campaign level. So if campaign A spends $100 and got 0 conversions, but usually gets at least 2 to 3 per day, then go ahead and investigate. Look for broken landing pages, disapprovals, and shifts in audience. The example number 2 is conversion drop-off. So if all campaigns show 0 conversions, check that your conversion tracking isn't broken. This could be a tag manager or a GA4 issue. Now we're moving into the weekly columns. So this is optimization signals. This is your adjustment layer. At the end of each week, we check these to find out what to scale, pause, and to fix. So we add in conversion rate, average cost per click, impressions. We want to do search top impression share, and then search absolute top impression share, things like conversions by conversion time, conversion value by conversion time, and ROAS by time. So a custom column, it could be conversion value by time divided by cost. I know that's a mouthful. So this helps you spot underperformance that didn't stand out on a daily view. So you want to identify missed opportunities due to a low impression share and evaluate performance with delay factored in. This is key. You don't want to just react to what you see in the regular conversions column. That's often a 2 to 10 day delay behind reality. So use the time-based columns to see the actual results happening behind the scenes. So what do you do with this data weekly? So the first example is at the keyword level. If you have 2 keywords that have similar spend, but one has a 5% conversion rate and the other one is at 1%, lower the bid or pause the underperformer. Reinvest into the winner. The second example is the ad group or product group. If ROAS by time is below a 1.5x on one product category, but above 3x on another, pause the low return group and break it out into its own campaign with lower bids. Now we're moving on to monthly. So this is the strategic review. So once a month, you want to zoom out. This is where basically you'll get the most clarity on profitability, scaling potential, and campaign structure. You want to add things like conversion value over cost, which is ROAS, all conversion value, custom ROAS by time, cost by campaign type, search term volume, top conversion paths via Google Analytics or GA4. And this is what these will tell you. What was truly profitable this month? Which campaigns deserve more budget? And are we overspending on low return segments? Another thing you want to look at is what keywords or campaign types are creating most valuable conversions. This is also the best time to evaluate creative fatigue, product prioritization, and seasonality shifts. So what you want to do with this data monthly is, for example, campaign types. If your shopping campaign has a 4x ROAS, but your search campaigns are below 1x, reduce the search budget and consolidate under maybe a performance max. The second example is scaling decisions. If one product has a super high ROAS and is limited by budget, increase the daily spend in a 20% increments. Don't scale too aggressively. You want to scale. Don't scale too aggressively. You want to scale steadily. So here are some of the common mistakes that we see in audits with columns. So at Profit Pandas, we've audited over 100 different e-commerce accounts over the last 2 years, and here are some of the mistakes that we commonly see. Most of the time, people have way too many columns with no clear decisions. By using lead gen columns for e-commerce, like all conversions without value attached, and then ignoring latency in reporting. There's also no distinction between search and shopping performance, and no saved column sets for faster team workflows. These mistakes really just don't cost you clarity, they cost you money. So, how do we set these up fast? To save time, go to any campaign view, click on columns, and then modify columns. Select your metrics from performance, conversions, or competitive metrics. These are little drop downs that are gonna pop up. And then add custom columns for CPA, or cost per acquisition, by conversion time, ROAS by time, and the formula for that is conversion value by conversion time over cost. And then click the save column set. This is really important or else it will not save. You'll wonder, where did my columns go? And then name it by frequency. So you want to name it by daily, weekly, and monthly. So here's another little pro tip too. Apply this setup to all campaign views for a consistent decision-making layer. So Google Ads is not just about managing dozens of metrics, it's about seeing the few that matter and knowing when to act. If you've made it this far, you now have a clear framework to guide you on your e-commerce decisions, from daily tuning to monthly strategy. This is our final video in the Smarter Google Ads 2025 series, brought to you by us, Profit Pandas. And if this helped, please subscribe and check out our full playlist. If you want this column setup help, the link is in the description. You can schedule a time to meet with us, and we'd love to walk you through how to help. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next series.